1973. There's a look at the newly named New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Buffalo Bills.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's get it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Come on. Watch the screen.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Come set. Look. Mike 58 right there. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
Yeah, just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. We got 4. Go. 58. Come on. 58. Come on.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. He's got it to Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Let's get it.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Mixon running right. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Joe Mixon his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On first down, Moss. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check three. On 52.
Allen. Going deep for Diggs. That's caught inside the 20. A big play here for Buffalo. 59 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Allen going to throw, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal, so, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. It's complete to Williams. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end kid.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Murray with a 3rd and long. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. First down, Cardinals. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
45. Mike, 45. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Oh.
Murray now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
58, 58, Mike. Right here. 58, right over there. 58, right there. You ain't going nowhere.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He finds Hopkins complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. No.
Hey, hold. Pass.
From the gun, it's Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm coming back.
He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Allen to throw it. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. After the turnover, here's Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Stiff-armed him. Got his man. It's Williams. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Murray now. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First down, Arizona.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, and now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. 58, boys. 58. 58. Mike. Do it right now.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And the catch made by Hopkins. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Murray now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You gonna get this?
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Delta. Hey,
What's the run? Hey,
they're running it. Shut up.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
Cardinals, first down.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
check 49.
Murray now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Check 45 to Mike.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Go. 45. Mike, 45.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got him the 1st down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. 2nd and goal from the 1. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Max Williams, as the 1st half is winding down. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
At their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To the air, Allen going deep for Diggs. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
We got this.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off just shy of midfield. There he goes, right side. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Alert, alert, alert. Let's go, let's go. Get that.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Stay with your man.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this 2nd half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Phillips. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Now Allen to throw. Throwing on 3rd and long. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Taking it about the 16. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the 2nd half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sail, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
45 to Mike, 45 to Mike. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Check Mike 45, check Mike 45.
1st down, Murray. This is caught. It's Kirk. 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals push further out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Hey, defense, let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Moss. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun.
I got you, boy.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
I got you, boy.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Watch that, watch that, watch that. 5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Phillips picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Here's Allen. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And now here is another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gostkowski with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
38, Bills 3. Stephen Gostkowski set to kick off.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Allen now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Allen's throw is complete, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st down, Allen. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo 1st. Operating from the red zone now. Allen, and that's complete to Brown. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills are in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Orbit.
Murray now on first down. He finds Hopkins complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive,
now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on second and long. Allen, and down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he's able to find Diggs. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Back-to-back big plays right there, and the Bills have another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
319.
Double dog. That's the way.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Shame, baby. Set, hut, Henry. Short. I'm going to come back to you. 45's the way.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Check, 45.
After the turnover, here's Murray. He finds his running back, Mixon.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
47-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Let's bring it. 45, Mike, 45. Yo.
Murray's going to look to throw this thing. He's got it to Williams. And he's got this down to the 35. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Shift.
From the gun, Murray. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 19-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's got it. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end? Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. And that will get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Got one.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.